Hi everyone, my name is Emma. I am a collector of Dreamcatcher and I kind of wanted to do a collection video. I've wanted to do one for a long time. I've been a K-pop fan, a little background I guess. I've been a K-pop fan since 2012, summer of 2012. I think the first group that I ever listened to was Wonder Girls. And then after that, I rapidly became a So-Won, and Girls' Generation were my everything. And for those of you that know, you know. But years down the line, actually in 2017, I discovered Dreamcatcher. And I don't think I would say that I altered them right away, but I was absolutely in love with the girls. I discovered them during Fly High era, and I started watching some of their Dreamcatcher's Note episodes, and I just really became I really fell in love with the girls. They're so sweet and funny, and they have a chemistry and a dynamic that is undeniable and something really special. And fast forward to 2019 when I'd already ulted them. I think if I had to pick when I super duper hardcore ulted them, it was probably, I don't know. I have to say maybe, I think it was Alone in the City era. And then Piety really solidified it for me. And then, after that, I was just kind of like, I didn't start collecting though until March of 2020. So I am one of those people who started collecting during the pandemic because I wanted something to do. And, their most recent comeback right before that time was Scream. And I had absolutely been obsessed with the song. Scream might be one of my top 3 title tracks by them, I think. And I just started off collecting really slow, and it snowballed into me collecting. I started off as a Shion, and sorry, there's a dog barking. This is like a permanent fixture of my residence. So, yeah. Anyway, there's a house like behind my house directly, and there's like 4 dogs, and they just bark all day long, and I feel really bad. Anyway, I think the dogs have stopped barking. Okay, so March 2020, I started by buying 1 copy of The Tree of Language. It was, I think, the first Dreamcatcher album that I had physically bought. And then all of a sudden I was like, I think I want to get all the versions. And then I was like, maybe, and at that time, Rite of Dream, both versions, limited and the regular edition, were available for purchase at reasonable prices. So I bought those, and I bought both copies of Alone in the City. So I basically got everything that was in print at the time, and then I just kind of started working my way backwards. I have literally all of their physical Korean albums to date, other than the only one that I'm missing is the Stability version of The End of Nightmare. For some reason, it's just not high priority for me. But I have everything else. And it's been a lot of fun. It's been it's been wild. So the point of this video today is just to kind of walk you through my collection so far. I did make the transition back in August, like end of August, to collecting full OT7, so full group, or OT6 when it applies. And it's been quite a journey, but I have to say I'm really happy. The front of my binder is a mess. It's literally just like all the freebies that I've ever received related to Dreamcatcher, and they all kind of like slide around and fall all over the place. But it's just something to kind of make the front special for now. So I'm just going to go ahead and start. This is my cover page. This I put together in Photoshop and printed myself. For those of you who don't know, which most of you, if you found me via Instagram, will know, prequel is my favorite era. It is the era that I discovered them during, and oh my god, the dogs. 1 second. Okay, I just closed my window. Hopefully the dog barking is now a little more faint. Anyway, as I was saying, prequel era was when I discovered the girls, and so it's sort of my favorite for many sentimental and nostalgic reasons. So that's why I chose this for my cover page. At some point, I would like to get dividers, maybe by era, or at least like colored pieces of paper to help separate the eras. But for now, they're all kind of just one right after the other. I do have the signed page here from the merch bundle that MMT dropped. And then for Minx era, these are pretty low priority because of how expensive they are. But these are the ones that I have so far. Xion, of course, and Dami. If I were ever able to find the other three members who were part of Minx for a good price, I would definitely collect. But like I said, low priority since most of these go for like, I'm guessing like $150 at this point, given the price jump, even from the time that I started collecting in March. And then moving on to Nightmare, some very exciting news. I did finally get my hands on. Some of you may know that I had purchased a Xion Nightmare card, and it got lost in the mail. It's one of the only things that I've ever gotten lost on the way to me, and it was super, super disappointing. But I recently found a very kind person approached me and sold it to me, and I'm really excited, and I hope it makes it here okay, because losing her twice in the mail would be so devastating. But I do have Sua and Handong, and these are like, medium priority. They're going for a lot more than they were when I first started collecting. If I had been collecting OT7 from the jump, I probably would have just bought them when I had the chance. And now they all go for mostly like $60 to $70 or more. Sometimes people are trying to sell them for like $100 a pop. And I'm sorry, but I just refuse. I just refuse. And then Fall Asleep in the Mirror, which I actually have almost complete. I kind of lucked out with this one. Via a Japanese proxy site, I did find Handong, Gaihyun, and Sua for pretty cheap. Yuyeon is probably the one that I paid the most for, and then Xion, I actually got my hands on a copy. This was months and months and months ago of a sealed Fall Asleep in the Mirror, and I did unseal it because I'm not really a stickler about having anything be sealed. I just try to keep it in as good a condition as possible. And I pulled her. And I was like I was desperately looking for that card, and it just happened. And I was so excited. Anyway, I love Fall Asleep in the Mirror. The cards are gorgeous. My only thing that I find kind of interesting is that some members have the light concept, specifically 4 of them, and then 3 of them had like the darker concept. And I wonder kind of what was behind that. Not that I want more Dreamcatcher cards to collect. It would have been interesting to see them both, or all the members rather, in both concepts, but that's okay. And on to my favorite era. This was the first set that I decided to collect for OT7. Before I move on, I do have to give a shout out to the backs of the Fall Asleep in the Mirror cards because I absolutely love them. They each feature illustrations of the girls' representative fears, and they're just really, really, really beautiful and stunning. Like everything that Dreamcatcher does. Okay, moving on. Prequel, the Japanese set in particular, are just my favorite cards that Dreamcatcher have ever put out. If you ask me like what my favorite photo card for each member would be, like half of them are going to be from this set in particular, the before version, because there's just something about Prequel era that I love. It's so, it has this feeling of just lost innocence and grief and betrayal, but it's also like contrasted with the like whimsy and the lightness and the innocence and sort of like, I can't even explain, or I have explained it before and I've explained it better and I'm blanking now, but I just really, really, really love Prequel era a lot. And these Japanese cards are gorgeous. And then these are the after version cards, which are also gorgeous. In particular, I think some of my favorites are Gahyun's and Yuyeon's. I mean, they're just, I don't know. They're so, when you look at the contrast between this and this, except maybe Xion's, which like hers in this version is the look that she's giving the camera is still quite ominous. So I kind of love that about that card of hers. Anyway, the only member that I'm missing from both sets is Sua, and she completely evades me for a good price. And then for prequel, the Korean versions, I'm like, my progress is abysmal. I've been waiting on this for a long time, and I don't think that it's coming anytime soon. So I'm just kind of waiting. And then these are the only 3 that I have for the after version. This Sua card is, I'm going to take it out, one of my favorites of any Sua photo card. Her eye makeup, I don't know if you can, is stunning. So that's that with prequel. And then on the way to Escape the Era, which I actually have made a lot of progress with. I didn't think that I would make progress this quickly. These have definitely jumped in price as well. When I started collecting, they would go for around like 12 to 14, and now you rarely see them for under $20. So it kind of made it a priority to collect them before they jumped even more in price. But the selfie set, I'm only missing Yoohyun, which again, I have on hold somewhere, but I don't think it'll be coming anytime soon. Same story with Xion and Yoohyun for this set, but I do have all the other members complete. Love the leather outfit set. They had no business looking this good. This is kind of like their music video outfit set, and I do have Sua on the way, so I'm only missing Gahyun, and then for this set I have Sua on the way as well, so I'm only missing Dami and Gahyun. So I'm only missing 2 Gahyun and 1 Dami from the Escape the Era set in total, and everything else is on hold or like on the way. Alone in the City, moving on. Alone in the City is one of my favorite eras. And I actually, today, as of the time of filming this video, I just finished collecting the set. So I now have, this is the full selfie set with the pink backs. This is the neon pink back set. This is the black back color set. And then this is the black back sort of, I don't know what to call it. Shade set. I don't know. But I love the Alone in the City cards. This was an impeccable era. Obviously, Handong was a standout for this entire era. I don't think anyone will ever be over Tangerine Handong. Anyway, moving on. The End of Nightmare. I also have this era. Going forward, I have more of these eras completed. I'm missing that GU selfie, and honestly, it's such an elusive card. I just missed it recently. Someone was selling it for a really reasonable price, and I was so bummed that I missed out on it because, I never see that card for sale. So I'm not anticipating that I'll get it anytime soon, but I do love this selfie set. They're so gorgeous. The End of Nightmare really was that era. With short-haired Dami, blonde Xion. I do own 2 Polaroids from the End of Nightmare era. I have Xion and I have Sua, and they both look amazing. And then for this set, I do have GU's cards other than the selfie on the way, but I'm kind of concerned that they're lost because they were mailed out to me beginning of November from the UK, and it's now the beginning of December, and hopefully they arrive, but you never know. So if they do arrive, then I'm only missing Dami from this set. This is probably my favorite set for this era. This set is also really gorgeous, and they're all gorgeous. This Dami card in particular, I'm also missing. This is the only, if the Nightmare card that I bought arrives, this is the only Xion card that I'm missing from their Korean albums. It might actually be the only card that I'm missing because I think I have all her Japanese releases as well, or Japanese cards as well. These are the transparent cards, and then we move on to I don't collect OT7 for all Japanese sets because they're either like kind of hard to find or always really expensive, in my opinion, especially Beginning of the End, which is actually my favorite Japanese era for them. But I did wind up finding these for a reasonable price, so I figured someday I will just complete the set. But for now, I just have these members. These cards are really gorgeous, and I do love the backs of them. This was the second MMT photo book. It's the white back set. I don't have the black back set. It's honestly not a priority for me. And then we move into Rate of Dream, which I believe, other than 2 transparent cards, I have totally completed as well. So here's the selfie set, the red back set. This is one of my favorite dummy cards of all time. I just think she looks so elegant and it's ridiculous. I have nothing to say. I'm speechless. Rate of Dream era Shion is also like just impeccable. That's the black back set, and then here's the transparent card. I actually really hate these cards, I'm going to be honest with you, but I've made it this far. I might as well just get Dami and Gahyun and call it a set, you know? And then for the MMT cards, because they're so expensive these days, mostly you find them going for like $18 to $20. I decided to just collect my top 3, you know. If I were ever, you know, feeling like it and found the other cards for a reasonable price, I wouldn't, you know, say no to buying the other 4 members, but for now they're not top priority for me. You know, I do like to complete things as much as possible, but I wouldn't consider myself like a hardcore completionist just because it's not worth my like mental health and the anxiety over it. And then here we move into 6-member territory with the Tree of Language. This is the E version set, and I do have that complete. This might be my favorite set of cards from Dystopia, I think, but I don't know. This is the V version, and I'm only missing Miss Sua. This is the I version. I'm missing, I think, the most members from this set. Yeah. And this is the L version, and I'm just missing Jiu and Dami. And for the selfie set, I do have everyone except Gahyun. And then for the sort of dark outfit selfie set, I am missing Jiu, but I believe I have her on the way. And then I will have this set complete. And then for MMT, for this set, I did decide to collect full member 6. Just because I had already found 4 for like a reasonable price. So I figured eventually I'll get Dami and Gahyun and call it even. And then Endless Night. Endless Night is maybe my second favorite Japanese release of theirs. And I came by these cards pretty quickly. They are super gorgeous. I'll go ahead and turn my binder around because they're horizontal cards. But they're just like absolutely stunning. Every single one of them is hardcore serving here. I mean, when are they not, right? But oops. And then we're sort of heading into Dystopia Lose Myself era. This was kind of between eras for their sorry, my closet just, sometimes it makes this like weird noise all by itself. And I'm always like, is this it? Am I going to die today? Anyway, moving on. This set is super gorgeous. I think this is from the Dystopia, the first online concert where there was just 6 of them. That's what I was trying to say earlier. I think Yuhyun is my favorite here. I just love her. I loved her eyebrows. It's kind of like a weird thing to say, but her eyebrows just looked impeccable here. And Gahyun's card is really cute too. I mean, they all look cute. And then, yeah, here's Lose Myself. So this is the K-Town For You pre-order set. This is the MMT pre-order set. I love that we got some of them in the gowns. And then I think from this set, we got the rest of them in their gowns. I have actually ordered the with fans pre-order benefits for, I think, 2 or 3 members. I can't remember. So at some point those will be on the way with me. But with fans, it's through a group order that lots and lots of people joined, run by a really wonderful group order manager. But with fans is taking their sweet ass time. So I don't plan to see those anytime soon. And then this is one of the limited selfie sets. And the second limited selfie set. This set has some of my favorite cards from this from this era. Sua and Xion in particular just look bomb here. And this is just regular selfie set number 1, regular selfie set number 2. I can't believe how many cards there were from this era, y'all. Like, this might be my favorite set. Everybody looks... Actually, no, I changed my mind. This is the greenback set. I think this is my favorite set. Yeah. The like brownish back set. This one's also a close contender. The dark blue back. Yeah, and then this is the merch bundle OT7 set. Loved that they included red-haired Handong here, even though I wish the card was like as light as all the others. It's a little dark and hard to see, but she still looks amazing. And then I have some of these. I think I have more Xi'an and some Handong ordered and on the way at some point. But these are the Concept Zone, like pop-up shop Polaroid pictures. And I did just get Xi'an because she's my ultimate bias. And then Sua just was like wrecking me so hard this era that I had to get Sua as well. I don't know why I didn't get Yuhyun because she is like my secondary bias. I just was like, I saw Sua and was like, Sua, I have to have her. Oh, Sua. Anyway, here are the standees. I low-key, I'm going to be honest with you, I hate standees. I hate them. I hate that they've become such a trend in K-pop albums because I never know what to do with them. My Dystopia ones are actually up on my shelf. And I do like those ones, although sadly they're missing Handong. This is the ticket from the first concert. The online concert, I should say. And then these were like some freebies that I got from, I think, ordering on eBay some of the Japanese albums. So I don't think these are like official, but I still love them and I keep them here. And then this is kind of like ignore the fact that you can see her here. This particular page right here is the Japanese cards that I sort of don't collect full OT7 for. I just collect, my top 3. So I'm just missing Yuhyun for this era. And then I don't know what's supposed to go here. I have not had any luck finding the other Handong cards from Youth With You. So I just have those 2 for now. And it's fine. Not high priority for me. And then this is kind of my special cards page. I do have sort of purchased, but not on the way to me because of some stuff that's going on in that seller's country at the moment. Xi'an's What fan sign card, so from this set. And then this is I think this is Handong's, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the fan sign card? I could be wrong though. I don't know. Sometimes I get the fan sign and the broadcast mixed up, but anyway, these are the fan signs and broadcasts that I have so far. I'm not really a completionist when it comes to these because they are very expensive. So the ones that I have, I'm happy to have. Yeah, I don't know. And then these are just the group cards that I have. And then this back part here is specifically for my main girl. But I mean, I love all the members of Dreamcatcher. They're really all my alt biases, but Xi'an is just something special. She really means a lot to me. So I do have a particular bias towards her. And this is, I have her birthday set. I have the North American Tour VVIP card. This is one of the cards from the show. I do have the other one purchased, but it's not on the way to me yet. This is the Center of Time photo book card, the fan kit card, and the ID, and then also the Fly High Tour. I think this was, correct me if I'm wrong, the Japanese tour? I don't know. I think it even says right there, but I can't. Oh, no, sorry. The Europe tour. And then the Japanese tour ones are later. But and then I have the Welcome to the Dream World set. I only have Handong. Someday I'll get Yuhyun and the other two Handongs, but for now, this is what I have. And then I have her Nightmares Before Christmas card. I have one Breaking Out card, and I'm still planning someday to get the rest. But this one is my favorite. I actually received it as a freebie for the purchase of the birthday set, actually, which was really, really kind of the seller. And then I have one of the Endless Night Polaroids, but I'm missing the one of her in her red outfit. I haven't seen it anywhere. If anyone ever sees it, please holla. And then there's the Tower Records What Japanese album pre-order benefit, and these are the Japanese Fly High Tour cards. And then What Follows, I think this is the Scream fan sign strip. I don't think this is like the super rare one that, people are trying to sell for like hundreds of dollars. But anyway, I'm happy to have it. And then this is from Lullaby, one of the fan sites. Did like their, I don't know, I think it's like an annual kind of like merchandise order. And I got this. And then I have these, they're photo cards kind of photos taken by the fan site owner. And then on the back, like if you put them all together, they're puzzle cards. So they form a photo of her like showing off her tattoo. So these are not in any order that would like put it together, obviously in the binder, but I did just organize them in order of era as I best knew it. So this was like approximately Alone in the City. I think this was like a birthday event, but I'm not positive. This is obviously PD. And then we move into Deja Vu, purple hair. Ooh. We hardly knew ye, but you should come back. And then, yeah, short blue hair, and then Scream. And then these also came with that as well. These are little stickers and an ID card. And that, my friends, is pretty much it. My whole collection to date, other than my Dystopia Tree of Language standees, which are on top of my shelf. And then I also have, to date, 4 Polaroids, 3 different members, but 4 in total. And I'll find a way to share those with you one of these days. But for now, this has been a binder tour for Lee Shiyus or Emma. Comment below if there's anything that you are interested in seeing from me. I really don't know what this channel is going to look like, but happy to be here and always very inspired by the content I see here on YouTube and the really, really kind and lovely Dreamcatcher collectors that I've met. Yeah, that's all for now, folks.